right. So, since the last time you've seen it, the sculpture of Biden has developed a little bit further. I've been sharing this on my Facebook page as well, my personal page. These stress lines up his forehead are very, very strong in most of his expressions. And I have twisted his mouth. I know a lot of people say, hey, make him frown, because he does a lot of frown moves.
But he's got a smiling mouth, like his resting mouth, I feel like he's got.
Yeah, he's got the politician's smile.
Yeah.
And so I like that. That's the direction I took on
But you
him.
got the worried eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, worried eyes.
Furrowed eyes.
And smiling, confident mouth with his teeth. I like that. And
like chiclets.
So it's still very rough. There's no question about it. But I just wanted to show you some of the process.
Yeah. So what happens now that you've got?
Yeah.
You know, the majority of it. You're kind of ready to get into the details in the finishing mode. What are kind of the next steps?
Yeah, I've got it blocked out. I think I'm satisfied, and most of the feedback I've gotten, which is important because you want people to recognize it right away. So I have put it up on Facebook. The first go around, it was like, okay, Biden or George W. Bush, and rightly so. I mean, they both have the furrowed brows, and
sure.
they both do that look. So I took anyway. I wasn't there and completed yet, but this is getting much closer now. It's definitely not George Bush. This is definitely Biden with those stretch marks and stuff. You can see that in here. These are some of the resource or the the
reference photos
that I've got. Yeah, and so he'll be in the back. Of course, he'll be balding here like this picture. We'll have this painted, and we'll have the hair all detailed out.
Okay.
His ears detailed. I've ordered some aviator glasses. Those will be in tomorrow, and I'm going to be putting them on extra large, just so I can see him fit this clay head, which is 10% bigger.
I was going to say, a couple people on Facebook brought up, hey, this looks really large, and that's because the mold making process, it will shrink by the time we have the production mold.
And it's also larger because it's closer to the camera. So let me put my face right next to it, and you can see. Maybe that puts it a little more pristine.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. It's still a little bigger than it will be.
It's a wide-angle lens on the phone. So yeah, definitely. So
that does help.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I would detail the mouth now.
Okay. Want me to come over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, come on around. So there's a lot of detail inside the mouth. When you flex the mouth open and close, you've got to see the teeth. This is all just roughed out right now. So I'm going to use this wire. I'm going to cut the jaw off of him.
This is kind of stressful because it's.
So you can see here.
You're regressing.
Yes.
You're not moving forward. Now, what's the reason you take the jaw off?
So I will be detailing the inside of this. In fact, I'm going to do another cut and put it back together. So I'll have the tongue area. It'll come back about right here.
Okay.
And then I can go up under here and detail inside of his teeth and stuff. Then when I'm finished detailing everything, I can put it back together and create a seamless
okay.
by spreading it out and stuff.
So you're not just angrily destroying your creation. This is part of the process.
Definitely part of the process.
Okay.
It's something I have to do each time. So I'm going to take one more slice at this.
And then that'll allow you to finish detailing the mouth.
Yeah. I'm going to come back out here.
And I assume as
there we go. That's what I wanted.
Create these, since they are meant to be hand puppets, you really have to allow that to inform a mouth beyond just what a realistic mouth looks like. It has to function.
It has to function. So I actually have to have a good ability to flex this back and forth, and that'll happen as a result of I put a dowel through here, and all of this will be detailed out. I'll be putting clay in here, forming the tongue, and cleaning up the inside around the lip, and then I'll go up under here and sculpt all this area. Might create a uvula, might not, depending on the area and the room I've got in there. But then he'll be able to talk and say, "Come on, man, shut up."
That looks cool, man.
So then the other thing I have to do to detail it is I've got to do the same thing and cut off his eye area, pull this mask off the front,
Okay.
and then clean up the area inside so that I can insert some actual eyes that will be going in there. And
Okay.
those will be what we put in later. When this is latex, we'll be able to pop those in behind there. So they'll be opened up a little bit more than this. I've left them as tiny little beads, just for the sake of caricature.
But to
now.
actually put eyes in,
Yeah.
you'll have to modify them a bit.
I'll
Okay.
have to modify. So that's all what's going on. So I'll be adding some clay in here, creating a tongue, and cleaning up all this tooth area. All of this is just old-fashioned sculpture, something of which I have a great love for.
Yep. And a lot of experience with.
Yeah, a lot of experience with characters, but if you saw that on camera, it still looks like him. So,
Very cool, man.
yeah. So I'll be working on this for at least an hour just inside the mouth. And then this will all be going back together, and then we'll show more updates later as we progress. Okay, so I've got the inside of the mouth now detailed. There's the tongue and the teeth. And this is where it's going to attach to the head, and up here also under the cheeks, it's going to be attaching here and here. So I'm going to score this, and this is going to become, it's going to adhere better this way. So I'm going to make a crosshatch on these areas right here with this scoring tool. It's the same tool I actually used to make the lines in the hair. But right now, just going to do the outside of the cheeks here, not get too close to the inside work. And I'm going to do the same thing in here on the connection surfaces. And that's just to rough it up to get some grip, because the clay will grab better when there's some texture and it won't come apart again. And now I'm going to put some water on that surface to soften it, and that'll act pretty much like a glue once that softens both parts here. And I'm going to put it on with a little bit of a twisting motion, and that really sinks in the grip in there. And I can start smoothing out the connection on the skin, and I'll soften the entire skin and then texture it with a skin texture. In fact, I'll show you that on the next one, maybe next week when we use latex orange peel texture stamp. So it's really cool. Now I've told you I was getting the glasses, and these came in, the aviator glasses, and he wears the gold with the black aviator lenses. And look at that, it really completes it. Now it's not a perfect fit because he's 10% bigger than he's going to be. These are extra large or oversized glasses to begin with, so they are going to be the right size for the head once it's shrunken down and at the final production size. So I think that's a pretty good progress for now.